Hello beautiful people around the web, this is Snickers HD and today I will be talking about how to work with NetCode and how to play with it. Here we go. There's an old saying, if you can't defeat it, join it. Wait, what? Well, phone is ringing, best time ever. Let's see who it is. It is Luke. Thank you Luke, you made it on my recording. First up we want to clear up what netcode means. Netcode basically means the transfer rate of the packages Battlefield 4 sends its information, which means that Battlefield 4 in itself has a very low rate of transferring information, which means that if you shoot a bullet and everything else that happens in Battlefield that has to be computed, basically a bullet trace is perfectly 3D rendered. And you know, the thing is that Battlefield 4 has a very low transfer rate, which means that the packages are getting just delivered on certain points in time, which are not very close together, but very far away. So what we have now is basically that if you are shooting someone and he is shooting you, chances are that your packages that say that you shoot him and hit him get on the same spot, they get clipped together, which makes both of you die at the same time. That's a trait. That's what it's called, trait. Now, this video I want actually to discuss how to avoid traits and how to deal with it basically. First up, you cannot deal with this because it's Battlefield. It's the server, not the client. And the problem is here that we cannot change the server and Battlefield cannot up their transfer rate, so we have to live with it somehow. First thing that I want to tell you guys, never play on a 64-man server when you want to seriously game. Try to get on the 24 or 16-man servers. Even there, the transfer rate is very bad. Still, it's always the same. But if you are on a server with multiple people at once, like 64-man server, and on this team deathmatch server, everything is very small and crowded up, and everything happens so much because people are shooting rapidly, and on a conquest map people don't shoot all the time, but here everyone shoots all the time. And as a matter of fact, Battlefield 4 has to process all these bullets, all impacts and everything at once, and what happens is that the delay that you experience is significantly upped, which means that you will have a lot of not only lags but also these traits, which means that everyone you kill maybe don't even first of all get the hit markers, but also if you shoot someone in a fair gunfight you die as well. So every second kill I made was like a trade for me. It was kind of annoying here. So never go on a 64-man server you want to seriously play. And now it's something very tricky. If you want to avoid stuff like that to happen, you cannot. Look at that. This guy has seriously 1 health and you can see the blood things on the wall, the blood spreads. He had to be dead. There's no way around it. I don't know what happened there. And it's clear that this is more than just a bug. This is just serious bullshit. And that's why I cannot really play this game good. I mean, I have always a good KD and all that, but I cannot enjoy that much with those things to happen. And to get around this situation is basically, there are 2 ways. First of all, you try to adjust your game style, which I heavily recommend. Because if you always try to go for the close combat engagements, which I am doing right now, you will never be satisfied because you get a lot of those bugs. What I do now, though, is I try to... I kind of overestimated myself, but it worked out fine. Try to be original with your paths of attacking. I'm using a silencer, which is just the best attachment ever. Just clip it on and you're good. Even though it lowers your accuracy with for example this M416, though it's just a beast. It doesn't have a damage drop and you can just pull out insane kills. And I got behind their lines and just got those cool kills which made it possible for us to push up. And I was not exactly in the view of them, even though I was basically hiding in plain sight with my silencer. But now what happens is that I'm not directly engaging people who are shooting at me. And that's what you want to do. You want to try not to get shot. And that's a good rule to follow. Do not get shot. But if you want to avoid those trades, you try to get around the corner in two ways. There is one way of peeking slowly. That's not what you want to do. You never want to peek slowly around corners. Either way, you know that there are people or you don't know. And if you don't know that there are people, you try to get around it otherwise. You try to figure out that there are people behind the corner. Like I did. I figured out there was a guy behind the corner. I shot him! Look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots. I don't know, just 2 hit markers or so. And he still dies. And by the way, the bullets didn't go through this wooden thing, that wooden whatever, you know. To sum that last bit up, try to get around corners only if you know what's awaiting you. If you don't know what's awaiting you, you will be doomed. There's no chance of guarantee that you will survive that encounter. Okay, now I survived it. I don't know how his screen looked, and how I just know how my screen looks. Always try to know what's behind the corner before you go around it, especially in Battlefield 4. Look at that. I knew exactly what was going on, but still this happens. And he has 28% health, which I cannot really understand, because one bullet cannot deal more damage than 25 damage. And that is what I don't understand. I cannot have hit him 2 times and then died exactly at the same time as he did. This is just bullshit. I approved that. I could have proven that. I proved that right now, and the game cannot process this correctly. So in conclusion, do not try to be in a server which has a lot of people in it. Try to keep the player count low. 16, 24, maybe 32, that's the maximum I would go if you try to play more or less competitively, but you cannot do that here anyways, so who cares. Secondly, do not try to go for the close counter engagements, because unlike in Battlefield 3, where you just could go mayhem on nausea canals, this cannot happen here because the tick rate is not good enough. So that should wrap up the video. I think that's watching. I hope it could help you out, just trying to not get in those kind of situations where you cannot control the game anymore. You try to take as much control as you can. Leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed this gameplay, and a commentary, and we see us next time, people. And as always, keep it up. It just doesn't make fun. It's too easy. It's not even too easy. It's just getting points for free. You just sit there.